Look at you, brand new fresh haircut.
Yeah, brand new fresh haircut.
You're a side part now, huh?
Just for today.
You're not adopting it forever.
People with curly hair or wavy hair, we don't like the day that our hair is cut, even though I love my hairstylist. And I know I love her because every time I get a haircut, I go home and I go, oh, God. And then the next day I'm like, God, she's good.
5, 6, 7, 8. We got Big Theater Kid Energy.
Hello and welcome to Big Theater Kid Energy, your least pretentious theater review podcast. I am your host, Ryan Garcia, and I just went and saw Proof. I just went and saw Proof by David Auburn at El Portal Theater, starring Ed Begley Jr. and his daughter, Hayden Begley. And this was a special fundraising event for Parkinson's research with all of the net proceeds going to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. What's Proof, you ask? Well, in Proof, Catherine has inherited her late father's mathematical brilliance, but she is haunted by the fear that she may also share his debilitating mental illness. Caught between a newfound connection with Hal, one of her father's former students, and the reappearance of her sister Claire, Catherine finds both her world and her mind growing increasingly unstable. And I went and saw that show with someone that I've known for a decade plus. This person is a hugely, massively, profoundly talented actor, voiceover artist, acting teacher, coach. Her website will also tell you, mover. Not only is she talented, she works, killing it on shows such as Silicon Valley, Good Trouble, Nobody Wants This, and also Platonic as Seth Rogen's fiance. It's also important to note that she makes a great breakfast. It is none other than Rachel Rosenbloom.
I love that you looked at my website.
I went right to that website.
I do make a good breakfast.
Yeah, tell me what's in the breakfast,
Yeah.
because I love a breakfast.
I love a Middle Eastern style. So if you came over, I would do maybe a little scrambled eggs with some fresh herbs, but then we'd also have a little cucumber salad, and then maybe some labneh, some hummus, or some yogurt dips or that kind of stuff, and then also some cut up oranges with a little cinnamon cardamom, and it'll feel fancy, but I'll be it's just spices.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They'll feel so fancy, but I'll be
feels wonderful to me. That
I love
feels,
a smorgasbord, and then some good bread, so you can but then it's up to you. Because I don't want to if let's say you're not eating dairy, you don't have the yogurt. If let's say you you get to decide.
Yes. Is there an egg dish anywhere?
Yeah. I'll do a scrambled eggs with herbs.
Okay.
Keep
You
it
got me
real
scared there
simple.
for a second.
No,
Although
no,
eggs
yeah.
have me scared right now. Did you see that? A bunch of
you
eggs
just gotta
being
cook
recalled?
them. You just gotta cook them though.
Oh, it's just
yeah.
Oh.
Salmonella. That's why we cook chicken, Ryan.
Oh, wait. So the whole thing I saw, man.
I mean, yes, you don't if they know it's if they're because you can easily
if I knew it was
undercook an egg.
salmonella, I shouldn't cook it.
Correct.
I shouldn't cook it and eat it. But it's just in case, I'll probably be okay.
Yeah, but that's why they tell you oh, don't eat raw cookie dough or don't lick chicken hands or something. You know what I mean?
I love licking chicken hands. Did you know that it's actually less about the eggs that make raw cookie dough dangerous to eat?
It's the raw flour?
And it's the raw flour because your body can't process it as well.
Yeah, there's something. And is there something about where they process it as well? It actually can have bacteria in it. It's they say rinse your rice, all that sort of stuff, all these dry goods that you're
I'm sure you do because you're a mother. Do you always rinse all the fruits and vegetables that come into your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I don't.
That's okay.
Yeah, sometimes I don't.
No, you know what? Actually, I don't rinse bagged baby spinach. And that's probably the one that's
that you should.
Yeah.
But
it says it's pre-washed 4 times. And it's I don't want to get it wet. I don't have a salad spinner.
Oh, a salad spinner is such a fun thing too.
I know that would probably be a game changer. But also, it's in the back. That's
Welcome
you
to
buy
Kitchen
it for
Gadgets
convenience.
with Ryan and Rachel. How many salad spinners do you have in your house?
Proof. How many kitchen gadgets are in Proof? Can you prove
Honestly,
how many gadgets?
No, don't make it mathematical.
Anyway.
Rach, I wanted to ask you about this. I didn't say it in your intro because I was intrigued. I wanted you to talk about it instead.
Sure.
But what is Consumed?
Oh, it's an audio drama that I'm the lead of.
You're the lead of it?
Yes, written by Carlos Folia. It was through Grim and Mild, who made Lore, the very acclaimed podcast and Amazon show that followed. This is a narrative podcast starring myself and Arturo Castro.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we had an absolute blast. It's a horror narrative. Thrillery, mystery. There's mystical things happening in the small town. I'm a journalist.
Is it available yet?
Yes. It is the full current only season. Hoping for more. On Apple, iTunes, Spotify, all of the things.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of video games as well.
I do.
So how'd you get into video games?
Voiceover in general is something though I feel like with on-camera acting, I was told like don't tell people you're a beginner, like try to hide your like giddiness nerves, like just try to play cool. I've never been cool about VO, and I've always just been like, I would like to do this. This is the thing I like. And I've always done a lot of voices, and I got my first gig because my old college roommate worked as a note taker at Warner Brothers, and they were casting like extra voices for Lego Dimensions to do efforts to do the like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Their boss like heard me and was like, oh yeah, she's great, bring her, and that was sort of the first gig I got. And since then, again, it was like their boss then was like, she was great. The director was like, yeah, she was great. And like they introduced me to my first voiceover agent, and it's sort of that way. And I went into that meeting going like, he's like, so tell me about your experience. And I was like, I just really love this. I'm pretty new. Do you want to hear my voices?
Yeah.
And he was like, you're great. Chill out.
What's a voice that you do for auditions that you haven't gotten to do as a job yet that you love? I feel like I have ones for me that I'm like, I'm always doing certain voices. Like I actually, because of Big
what are
Nate,
yours?
Well, because of Big Nate, I got to exercise a lot of them because during the table read for that one over Zoom, many people couldn't make it. So the director was like, hey, Ryan, can you just do a bunch of different voices in this?
Right. Yeah.
Mitch Watson. And I was like, sure, I'll play all these different characters. And I'm like, this is your chance, Ryan. Audition for everyone.
Everything.
and while obviously those roles were already cast, every time you go in for an animated show, there's multiple. They don't cast every guest star and co-star as a new actor. They just have you do your character plus these two plus a Walla.
And sometimes they'll be like, oh, cool, we're having everybody come in and do this, oh, hey, do we have an extra soldier? Oh, yeah. And I'm like, what do you want? This accent, this accent. And they're like, just give us a couple. We're getting everybody do these, And I have found it is exactly that then has like I just did my very first performance capture job.
Cool. And
that was an offer because I'd done voiceover on the same game like the year prior. The one I've been getting since becoming a parent, I have a toddler. And I like to think my reps now know I can do it, because it's a voice I can do tired, is an old lady.
Yeah, let's hear it.
And, well, I really love to do an old lady. I enjoy it so much, especially a very old one.
See, I like this very much, and I think that maybe we do a reverse proof.
Yeah.
Where you play my mother.
But she's near death.
She's near death the whole time.
I could also make her British and sort of do it like this.
Yeah.
And it's a bit cartoony. I would love to play.
For a while, I was getting a lot of like Eastern European auditions and Russian auditions. And it's a voice I like to do around the house.
Welcome to Big Theater Kid Energy, where Rachel and Ryan will be auditioning.
We are incorrigible.
No, but I love that.
You want to hear my voices? Where like I even have like a bit with my wife where I'm like, I'm doing it for the family. Everything I do here is for family. It is for us.
You should be in Fast and Furious game, like with this voice. You do it for family.
And you hit the P very hard. You go, please, let me be with the family, please. Like I would love to do that in a job.
Oh yeah.
And you are a theater person.
I am.
I think like your background. I mean,
my
by
background.
The way,
I feel like
most people that I find that like are film and TV actors that also get voiceover careers, at least like from talking to people, and also a lot of these shows I've seen where some of the most impressive people on stage are the ones that also have voiceover careers. And I'm like, God, there's something hyper specific that you have to do in voiceover that translates so well to stage and vice versa.
I agree. I think it has to do with some of the vocal training and vocal support. And that's something that you and I have experienced so much teaching.
But also, and I don't want to mean to cut you off, but it's also, before we get to the end of the point, it's also the fact that we had to play grandpas and grandmas in middle school and high school.
Yes.
And characters that did not match our age. Where like film and TV, you're playing characters that are basically you.
Exactly. Theater has an imagination.
Yeah.
And like TV and film doesn't, or like commercials don't, right? That's why even the advice when you audition for commercials, like if you're auditioning for Target, wear a red shirt.
Yeah, please.
Because if we can't see you wearing
those khakis.
Yeah, right? Because and it's not trying to be a jerk or anything. It's just, you're dealing with ad people who have a picture in their mind and they'd like to see the picture exemplified. So
I'll be a jerk. Like, we don't have to make the commercial for you, okay?
I agree.
We're going to do the things that kind of make sense within our construct and our ability to tape these. Okay, you know what I don't like?
Yes.
Someone showed this self-tape they made for a commercial that they booked, and it was one where they're like going and getting gas and pulling something out of the trunk.
Did
and
they really go get gas?
They didn't not only did that, they made the commercial.
No.
They put the camera in the trunk so when they opened it, you could see them there. And that was like a casting director's example of like, this is what you should be doing.
No.
And I'm like, no, I won't. Because for the 100 actors that you, maybe more, that you asked for to see auditions from this, think about all the hours.
Yeah.
That
I
you
don't
were
want somebody with
asking
that
for.
much free time.
That
Or maybe I
like,
do, but it doesn't
sure,
matter.
but
It's
don't
like,
ask
yeah,
that
it
of
shouldn't
us
be
for no
required.
money.
No, that's free labor. That's too much free labor. I mean, they're pushing it these days.
Now, I love being creative in a self-tape.
So do I.
I love messing around within the confines of my self-tape studio.
Yes,
And-
and I didn't invite you into my kitchen, so you don't have permission to see my
do
kitchen.
not.
You want me to be in a space that's other than my self-tape setup if I feel like it.
Yes.
But you don't have consent.
No.
Sometimes it does feel there's like a little consent thing where it's like, use your real car, use your real living room. And I was like, I don't want, I've had ones where they were like, use your real bed.
No. Also, I
don't want-
You think that's cleaned right now?
Yeah.
So now I gotta clean my house for
I gotta
you.
clean my house for you. And then you realize that you're like, if I book this, do you know how many people are gonna see my bedroom?
Right.
I don't know that I feel comfortable
That's
with that.
wild. I might start shooting in my bed now because I want them to see it.
You want to be personal?
My
Get
agents
personal.
are being like, why is everything in a bed now? This is a dog food commercial. Why is he in his bed?
On the
Yeah.
flip side, theater, people have an imagination.
Yeah.
It's required of you.
Yeah.
I mean, even reading a play versus reading. I mean, and I'll say this: I was always bad at reading plays.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible, and I'm still not the best at them. I much prefer to hear them. I love a reading because then I'm an auditory learner, but I also think VO people are often musical because it is such an auditory. I mean, it's all do. Wow. VO is
Welcome
auditory.
to Auditory Voiceover, a lesson by Rachel Rosenbloom.
Auditory voiceover.
The thing about the voice
Jesus
is you
Christ.
hear it.
Exactly. And that's so important.
Look, let's jump into proof
Let's do it.
because I think we've made our point here.
Yes.
And you want to finish your point? You want to put it?
I think all I had to say is versus people who are starting in TV and film. I guess
Yeah.
here's what I do want to say.
Please.
I sometimes feel like people who it's like no
Shade?
shade. Yes, thank you. No shade to people who don't have a theater degree.
Right.
But I feel like those of us with a theater degree got a lot of shit for, oh, that must be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're doing, from our perhaps friends, family, whomever, that we were choosing kind of this like fun, easy thing,
Mm-hmm.
which, yes, it was very fun, but also we read a lot. We wrote a lot. We studied a lot. And so, like, to me, I don't know, it's a skill set, that we have a skill set.
Yeah.
And we benefit both on stage and on camera and doing VO.
Yeah.
So that's like my theater degree matters.
Jab it in there.
Yeah.
And about reading, writing, and studying, let's talk about Proof. By David Auburn.
Auburn.
The Pulitzer Prize-winning play won the Pulitzer Prize for Drama in 2001.
I was wondering when it aired. Aired.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Someone's lost their theater roots. Now,
Very much
he's
so.
like, one more time, gonna really stab it at her. Uh-oh, someone lost their theater roots. Keep them both. So let's start with El Portal Theater. So El Portal did you know it's an actual LA historic cultural monument?
No, I didn't know. This was my first time there. It was beautiful.
It's really beautiful. I will say it's a bit oddly shaped.
Yes.
Like you walk in and there is this lobby, but then the lobby kind of opens up to this very high ceiling middle room between the lobby and then what becomes the theater.
And then you do sort of go down like a corridor that's like you're in the garage.
Yes.
And then you're in this beautiful
And there's
theater.
a door that goes directly to the outside.
Yes.
As we found out. So the reason that is it was built in 1926 as like a vaudeville space and movie theater. And then as vaudeville spaces were going out of business, it just became strictly movie theater. It was 1,400 seats at the time. So it was just,
Wow.
that whole space was just one big theater. Then the 94 Northridge earthquake hit. And it kind of just got pretty demolished and was just sat there for a few years until in the late 90s, they revamped it and made it to what it is today, wherein it has 3 different spaces. It has the Debbie Reynolds stage that we saw,
Okay.
which has 360 seats, and the Monroe Forum that has 96 seats that I saw a different show in called Perfect World. And then go and check out that episode. And then it has a third space for Theater Tribe Studio Theater that has 42 seats. And that's also where the director of this show teaches his acting
The
classes.
classes. Okay.
And I think he started Theater Tribe at
Yes.
some point.
I was just reading a little bit of the program, 1999.
That's when he started it?
Yes.
Thank you, Rachel. That's why you're here, because we read and we retain, because we're from theater. But
Education, dear boy.
one thing I think about this space, and it's kind of like how Proof was done there, because it's only there for the one weekend, is it kind of has the capability of being like a Dynasty Typewriter of the Valley. A big one, because Dynasty Typewriter is 192 seats, and this is a bit bigger. But I feel like if they had like some pieces that were always there, like a piano on stage, and it could just like, because there's not, I don't really know any
Definitely.
like long-term shows that are there. I
Yes.
feel like it could be used so much.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
so
even as
often.
we walked in and you were like, oh, yeah, I thought it was going to be in the smaller theater. I saw a show up there. I was like, there's a smaller theater. Like, and to me, theater spaces that have these like multiple performance spaces, you're like, why aren't, get these going, get
Yeah.
this popping.
Maybe start with some like low rent options for
Yeah.
people to put up their one acts and shows and things like that. Anyway, I think like there's an opportunity there.
Definitely.
I have no idea how to run a theater, so this is coming straight out of my ass.
Yeah. That's a different, we'll get somebody else's podcast who can, all about.
That's not what this podcast
That's not
is
what
about.
this one is.
You didn't come here to learn about how to produce
But
theater.
if you're listening and you know how to make the El Portal Theater.
yeah,
into-
call them
Yeah.
into Dynasty Typewriter.
Into Dynasty Typewriter.
Yeah, give them some
Of the Valley.
unwarranted ideas.
Yes.
The marquee is cool. It's got
Yeah,
history.
it's something I feel like I'd always seen. And then I was like, oh, it's still a theater in there. You know, like, because there's like a marquee.
There's a Barnes & Noble that has a
Yeah,
marquee.
there's like a marquee downtown that I was like, oh, this is an Urban Outfitters.
yeah.
But it's one of the ones that's like, oh, it's still a theater. It's fantastic.
Yeah, part of me is hopeful that because it's in a historical monument,
Yeah, then they'll hang on to it.
that like it can't be
No.
something else.
I don't know, but if you have more information,
Hit up El Portal and let
hit up
them
El
know what they
Portal
have.
and let them know what you'd like.
But when we were there, we saw Proof, which I love Proof.
What a good show.
They did it at my college, and my friends Danielle Kimberly and Vicky DeSanto and Kyle Atkins and the professor Christopher Neese did it. And they were all so friggin' wonderful, but they're bolstered by incredible text. This show is so well written.
Yes. I mean, this is one of those shows that I think this was my first time seeing it all the way through, but I certainly read it in college. And then I feel like the characters, the lead, Catherine, and then her sister Claire, like the scenes between Catherine and Claire and Proof are like so prolific. Like you see them done. I saw them done in college. I saw them done in classes after it. And there's sort of this feeling like when you're a young woman in theater school that it was like, which sister are you in the Proof scenes?
Right.
Like that's how Claire was like, said the like jojoba scene. And I was like, yes. And all of a sudden my brain was like, I know every word in this scene, even though
Wow.
I've never done Proof because I've seen it that many times.
Yeah, because the characters the depth of the characters is so incredible. The relationships are so realistic, and also you can go so many different directions with the relationships. Some confusing
Yes.
that we saw.
Yes.
Perhaps. Oh, okay. Getting ahead of
getting ahead of ourselves, getting ahead of ourselves.
Developed. So let's talk about the original Proof. It was developed through George Street Playhouse's 1999 Next Stage series in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and premiered off Broadway at Manhattan Theater Club on May 23rd, 2000, with Mary Louise Parker
Okay.
as Catherine.
She was the original.
and it was
Okay.
kind of her like big breakout theater role. It was
I mean,
like
I
one
knew
that's
she
been
won-
spoken about. She won
She
the
won the
Tony.
Tony. Yeah.
She won the Tony.
It's the first thing I said to my husband when I got home. He was like, how was the play? And I was like, well, Mary Louise Parker won the Tony.
Okay, so how was the play? The production transferred to Broadway at the Walter Kerr Theater, officially opening October 24th, 2000, and ran for 917 performances, closing January 5th, 2003.
Wow.
And it was received 6 Tony nominations, winning Best Play, Best Actress for Mary Louise Parker, and Best Direction of a Play for Daniel Sullivan.
Wow.
Let's talk about this specific production now
Yes.
of Proof, which let's talk about like where it started, because it started as a daughter wanting to do a show with her father.
Ed Begley Jr. had the El Portal Theater reserved.
This is what I understand, is that
Yeah.
he had a reserve for a show he had been writing, and then he realized his show was not going to be
happen in
ready.
time,
Yeah.
or he wasn't going to be able to do it, or I'm not sure exactly there, but that his daughter Hayden was working on scenes from Proof in her acting class.
With Stuart Rogers.
Yes,
as far
who
as I understand.
directed the production we saw. And I was like in reading some of the program as well, like very clear that had such a desire to do one last show with her dad.
Then I think the first play they've done together.
Oh yeah,
I believe.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
I know that he was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2016, and so he's had it for 10 years. He's far into it. Or I guess I'm not. I don't actually know what.
Well,
the
he said that
progression
he
of
was
these-
even starting to
yeah.
have symptoms. May have begun as early as 2004.
Wow.
But
Okay.
he was diagnosed in 2016.
And I know he expressed like nerves about if he was able to do this production as well, or like, but for his daughter, and that aligns so beautifully with what's in the show.
Yeah, it was so the
Seeing
parallels.
them on stage
It's
together.
a perfect choice, and
Oof.
every scene
Yeah.
between Ed Begley Jr. and Hayden Begley are out of this world.
Truly.
Blew the house away.
Yes. And like
They're
their
related.
gravitas,
Yes.
Ed Begley Jr.'s timing, even with Parkinson's and not at the beginning. Like, if we can be transparent
he's
about
had
it.
it for a
I mean,
while.
he's had it for a while. You could tell vocally kind of strained and a bit monotone, and his daughter was helping him move, and stagehands as well, off and on entrances and exits, and I just I was so blown away by him.
And not only did he get like the biggest laughs of the show, if you took every laugh of the show and put them like on a graph, his would be all at the front with the highest point.
Yes.
He got the biggest belly laughs over and over, and like whip smart. So his comedic timing is out of this world. I couldn't understand it.
We've known this for years, right? I mean, he's a multi-Emmy award-winning actor, and like I always think of him from like She-Devil.
Yeah.
And he still got it. It was so, to me, and I feel like you and I said this to each other so many times on the drive home, and his timing is so flawless, and that it was such a good reminder that when the writing is that good, it's almost like get out of the way.
He showcased so well that like I'm already the guy.
Yes.
I already have like here's the work.
Yes.
Have the relationship, know who I am, know what I think about you, know what I think about this situation.
Yes.
Outside of that, say the words.
Yes.
Because if you know those things, they'll come from the place they have to. And that was proof from it. It felt like it didn't even matter what the punctuation was. He just knew exactly how to just like machine gun it out.
Yeah.
And because of that too, I think we were laughing so much because we kept getting surprised.
Yeah.
I also, at one point when it started, I was like, oh, can he do this?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the
I had
first
a little
laugh
worry.
happened, and I went, oh my God, can he do this?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah. Because I think that's the nature of seeing somebody who has an illness that's like, or something debilitating, that like, you're like, oh, and you certainly don't want to feel it. I actually had that as well. And then I went, oh no, I don't want to be feeling this feeling.
Yeah.
And of course, I know he doesn't want us all to be feeling
No.
that feeling throughout. That's why I'm sure he was like, I don't know if I can do this. This man is such an expert. I imagine he wants the audience to feel like he's able and they're not worried about him the whole time. Nobody wants to feel that.
No.
That's a terrible feeling. And he had it.
No, he had it. And not only that, he was able to like command.
Yes.
Especially like in that second act scene where he stands up at the table and he says, no, I want to work on this.
Yeah.
Are you with me or not? I was like, oh, not only is he like killing the comedy, he's also able to take control.
Yeah. And then kind of sitting down and being like, please don't leave.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my
Oh,
God.
it broke me.
Oh, yeah.
And the work that Hayden was doing in those scenes was the
Yes.
best work she was doing in the whole show.
Yes.
It
I thought she was absolutely wonderful.
flawless in those scenes.
And also that reminder of like when you're with, I'm sure both, again, the honesty of the relationship
Yeah.
and his epic talents, that it's like when you're with somebody that brilliant, you rise to.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like the generosity they had with each other was so palpable.
Yeah.
And just moving. I mean, there's so many. It's like so. As we're watching, I was reminded of like these lines of like he says to his daughter, like, maybe you'll continue my legacy. I mean, oh my goodness, like
Yeah.
you can't help but lace in the honesty of what we're witnessing on top of the play. It was really something.
Well, I should say a little bit more about the Begley family because, Ed Begley Jr., Father Ed Begley,
And I don't know anything about
a highly
Ed
respected
Begley Sr.
character actor who won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for Sweet Bird of Youth and also played Juror 10 in Sidney Lumet's 1957 film 12 Angry Men. Huh. Hayden is the third generation
Wow.
in a line of incredible actors. And I have to say, like, watching her up there, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
It checks out that you came from this world. Like, I think people talk about nepotism
Yeah.
in a certain way, but, this is somebody else's point, not mine, and I'm just remaking it. But I remember whose, so I can't give them credit. But it was like, if I'm going to hire a carpenter, I will choose the carpenter that comes from a long line of carpenters before I choose the person that's like, I moved to Wisconsin to become a carpenter. Like, there's just something about, like, not only because of that, but because they're going to have been doing it since they were baby.
Yes. And I think that's sometimes people don't understand that when people are like, well, they got it because they're a Nepo baby. And you go, no, I don't mean that as just an insult. I mean, it's like you have the privilege. You have the privilege of being on set with your parents or knowing people or getting to learn like that in and of itself, that knowledge is a generational privilege in a different way than not dissimilar from generational wealth. That is a generational wealth.
And it is and it's not only
doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means almost some ways it's like, no, you have more years behind you. And it's those without it often are just going, there's no way I could have gotten that because I don't have that.
And it's not only the capabilities that come with being exposed to it for so long, but it's also the relationships that come along with it and the knowledge that that's a job that you can go after.
Yeah.
You don't have to figure out later, like, oh, wait, people get paid to do that?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
You're like,
I am from Wisconsin, and the distance from Wisconsin to Los Angeles is forever.
Now, do you think my example is correct? And there's a lot of carpenters passing actors on the road, like, carpenters going toward Wisconsin.
Funnily enough, my stepdad is a construction worker, is a carpenter. So you feel like, yes, you could be. Yeah, that was on point.
Thank you. That is what I'm looking for. Look, the other actors in the show also did a fine job. Kelly Sry, who played Hal, and Kate Woods, who played Claire. I for my personal taste, I thought there was the writing is so good that I think it served the audience. Like, everyone still was on board with this show, but I felt like in those scenes, every obvious choice was made.
We couldn't help but compare that to the scenes we were witnessing with Ed Begley Jr. and Hayden, right? So when Ed and Hayden are on there, we're witnessing honesty, we're witnessing a depth of relationship, we're witnessing so much underneath the surface. I mean, talk about, legacy. I mean, Hayden being able to connect with Catherine when she's talking to her father or about that relationship is so rich and full of depth. So then when we had these other scenes between Hayden and Kate and Kelly, it didn't feel as deep.
Yeah.
It didn't feel as deep.
They didn't have that relationship to pull from.
Exactly. And so I think that also really highlighted some of those choices that felt like, oh.
And there were certain things for me that may have just been casting, like maybe Kelly in a different role. It would be fantastic. Kelly for me is Hal. It felt just like, this guy's cool. He was so cool.
He was.
And chill and just kind of like rolling with it and like having no me at, was he 28?
Yes.
28.
Yeah, he's 28.
Me at 28.
Yes.
Talking to someone that I am attracted to. Terrified to enter their personal space.
Yes, especially somebody who he admires her brain and like he finds her
attracted to her. Like, for me, actor, and worked at connection, worked at and attempting at some form of charm. I have trouble bridging that gap because of the self-conscious feelings that come up, of the neuroses that fire. Now, switch to Hal. Hal, math professor, spent most time with numbers, not as much time with people.
In fact, so much so that he, in his free time, is at his old professor's home pouring through notebooks
of
a madman, basically, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's of somebody who potentially has like schizophrenia or something like that, in the hopes of finding something. I mean, that's what to me, I go, oh, math is what turns him on. That is what he understands.
So the fact that Kelly's Hal was able to just go and sit, like, some of the blocking is why.
Yes.
I honestly think it's sometimes the blocking.
Yes.
He felt so comfortable to just sit down next to her, and if me as Catherine,
yes,
whose father just died,
yes,
doesn't want some cool hot guy coming in, like, being very obvious about his attraction for me.
I also, and again, it's hard. It is one of those things where you go, it's hard to know if this was an actor's choice, if this was the director's choice. What, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Right? Because to me, what I felt was like, Hayden is giving off "don't fucking get near me" energy.
Yes.
And it's palpable from my seat. Why
Now,
do you
mind
think you
you,
can get to?
We were in the second row.
We were in the second row, but he was closer, honey. He was closer. Make sure you're not acting alone.
Yeah.
And
read the other person's energy. I think
energy.
it brings me to that thing that I talk about sometimes in acting class.
Yeah.
That like listening is not just something you do with your ears.
Correct.
Listening is something you feel the energy in a room. You can feel tension. You can feel someone's energy.
And that's what we were lacking.
We were lacking his understanding of, or at least Hal. I was missing Hal's understanding that she was delicate. It was not a good time to start macking on her or making moves. And that he was never going to, and it was confusing how he actually did get what he wanted because it made her character seem confusing in a sense of like, why does she then get it?
To me, it did not feel warranted that then she slept with him.
Yeah.
Like I was like, she's not going to sleep with this guy.
Yeah.
She does because it's in the text.
Right.
And it's like, that can't be the reason.
No.
Then we're reading. Then let's read it.
And it's just, it brings me back to what we were saying before.
Yes.
Ed wasn't doing a lot physically.
Physically. Yeah.
And yet he was just trusting the language.
Yes.
And it did it. And I could have just used a bit more of that through the rest of the play.
Yes. 100% agree.
And same thing with Kate, who played Claire.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of, and you know what it is? It's also just like not trusting the audience at times.
Yes.
Because her character, she has money. She lives in New York City.
She didn't have to take care of her sick dad.
She goes to a specialty coffee place.
Yeah.
She's bougie,
She
some
likes
might
nice
say.
things.
And yet the way that they introduce that to us is the first time we see her is her in front of her bagels on the front porch taking a selfie.
The day of her father's funeral.
The day of her father's funeral. She's taking a selfie with bagels. And that to me is an attempt to do some character building and expose us to who she is, but it's missing the point of the given circumstances. And it makes me, and then when you put all those together, I'm like, oh, and I want to live in a gray area. And right now I'm living in black and white where I don't trust you, I don't like you.
To me, it was a bit of a bummer and a bit of a missed opportunity because I think it's really easy to judge Claire.
Yes.
And this production,
That's what I mean.
This production made it really easy for us to judge Claire.
But that's what I mean
and
about
I didn't want to judge Claire.
It made the easy choice every time.
Yes.
And make the more complex choice where like, I want to be there going, wait, Claire's got a point.
Because you know what Claire was also doing that the text shows us, but we didn't really get to feel the depth of. Claire was working and paying their mortgage and paying for all of their lives, for paying for Catherine and her dad, and paying for this, kind of, that's a different type of caretaking that was happening.
And it's a classic version of caretaking that we constantly see in family dynamics.
Yes.
Right? One person's putting boots on the ground, hours of work in, and one person is supplementing that by working and paying for it.
Yes. And the weight or the guilt that she felt about not being able to
resentment
be there, and the
that's built on
resentment
both
that gets built
sides.
on both sides. Exactly. And this production to me felt weighted 100% in Catherine's direction.
Yeah.
And I just don't know that that's as
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. Interesting,
No,
compelling.
that's as interesting, and certainly, and not even as, and not wouldn't be as interesting to act within. I was trying to think of like, oh, well, if I'm playing Claire, I want to have compassion for it's like, how do you guys have compassion for each other and the resentment, all of the layers that come with family?
I just watched this little video of Ian McKellen and him talking to people about how we're constantly actors.
Mm-hmm.
There's things that you would say to your grandmother that you would never say to your friend at home over a glass of wine, that you would never say to your boss at work. We're constantly putting on all the world's a stage, and all of us merely players.
Totally.
Right? But because of that, we also know how we're being perceived by others.
Mm-hmm.
And Claire has to have some awareness of how she's being perceived by Catherine, especially because she has a big ask.
Yes.
She wants Catherine to move to New York.
Yes.
And it just felt like that was not taken into account.
And that's like, I think that's, I think you You hit the nail on the head.
All that to say, the audience was still on board. They never fully lost the audience, I don't feel. And some of that is just because even with these maybe like off the not the most exciting choices for characters, the writing is so good and the acting is still good, even if misguided, that we're on board with the story.
Yeah.
It wasn't so distracting that I lost the story. It was just like, and unfortunately for them, people that love theater love this play so much that we're aware of what it's capable of.
Yes. And I think that comes with doing something so iconic, right? It's like, listen, I'll be honest. I'm didn't do any Shakespeare when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I haven't really done any Shakespeare when I'm older either, because I think when I was young,
you did all right in the middle.
All right in the middle. No, I haven't done Shakespeare.
I haven't done a full-length Shakespeare either. I've done Moliere. I've done Lord of the Ladies, but never a Shakespeare
I've never
scenes.
done a full one, and I think it was so daunting to me, especially when I was young. I have to say now, if somebody were to be like, "Hey, Rach," I might be like, "Now I'm ready to tackle it."
Yeah, right.
Because now I've lived some life, and there would be some depth behind it. But I think when teens, 20s, I would have just been like, I have to look up what these words mean, and that's where I would be at, and that's okay because that's when you're young, that's what you're doing. But to take on something so that people know
iconic.
so well. Yeah, to take on something so iconic. That's, I think, you open yourself up to that criticism when people know what it can be. And I will say, on the flip side, seeing Ed and Hayden knocked it out of the fucking park.
Made the whole thing worth it.
It was amazing. Like, to watch them and how special. I also couldn't help but just love them in real life for doing this.
Yeah, totally. Here's one thing I'm going to say.
Yeah.
If you have a false exit.
Yes. Preach.
Make me believe you're actually leaving.
Hell yes.
It's just a little blocking thing.
Just Yeah. It's the encore. It's when they know they're going to play the encore.
I hate it.
I want to feel, well, I don't want to have to work too hard for the encore. So it's somewhere in between, right?
Yeah.
But it's the musicians that don't even leave the stage and they're like, okay, we'll play one more.
Yeah.
Cool. Save that for the musicians. For the people in a play, if you're really leaving, leave. It's like an interruption. It's like when we see it happens in class all the time, especially with greener folks. You see that they know they're going to be interrupted.
They know the blocking. The blocking's written. Oh, they know they're going to be interrupted. They stop talking.
So they're like, and so you.
Can you believe what I saw at? You were supposed to cut me off. My favorite thing when there's a cutoff in a thing is just to not let the other actor get in.
Exactly.
They have to get in. If they start talking, I'll stop talking. But if they don't start talking,
or when they go to exit and they're like, they're supposed to say wait, and I go, if they don't say wait, fucking leave the room.
I know, and they start slowing their steps.
They start slowing down. I'm like, leave. Trust me, when you're out the door, they'll remember that they have to call you back.
They're supposed to stop me. They're going to stop me any second now, right? Just go.
Just go, because once you're down the hall, they'll go, wait! Then they'll remember. And you know what? We'll be way better. And everybody's acting will be better at that point. Yeah. Then you'll come running back.
And there's just two little silly. I don't want to harp because I left this play. This production of this play was so effective at making me really feel
and really listen
that relationship and really listen.
I really listened to this production more so. I was like, oh, I really heard the script.
Yes, and that's from everyone, all four of them. There are other just three little tiny things that bothered me, and I'm going to say them out loud.
That's okay.
I'm going to say them out loud, and I'm going to move on. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. One, there was a little desk lamp.
Agreed.
At the top window, and for some reason.
It was supposed to be. It was the father's office. It was showing that light was on, and at the very end they turned it off, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, as if to show 'tis complete.
Yes, we have gone through a full circle, but the color temperature of this light was like a dentist's office fluorescent, and it was so distracting. And when it came on, not right away, it was on after a scene.
Yeah.
Oh no. Don't have that. Can we choose? Also, it's this dilapidated
That's not the
house.
color of the desk lamp.
No, No, I want like one of those green.
Yeah, the green desk light with a little gold chain.
and
Yes.
a warm light emanating from it. Not fluorescent purple,
no.
blue. Gross. Hated it. One other thing, there were some sound cues.
There was some transition music that.
Oh, I didn't even get that.
Okay.
Music.
Nope,
No,
yep,
you
let's
can
get
take the music. I'll let you fall on that sword.
Right.
I'm talking about the crickets.
Oh yeah.
There was a cricket sound cue that clearly was a loop, and I could hear where the loop restarted. And I'm like, well, this is taking me out every 1.5 minutes when we hit the end of this track.
And similar to that, they were all mic'd, rightfully so, for the intimate moments.
Oh yeah.
But I do think I think they figured it out in the second half. But in the first act, nobody was lowering their mics when they started fighting.
Yeah, so
And
it
they
really
were
blew
blowing,
it out.
Yeah, they were blowing their levels.
It does make me
And-
wonder with a show that only has like 1 week into performances, how much tech did they actually get a chance to do?
Exactly. So that's what something was like, oh, by the end they figured it out. And you
Yeah.
go, oh, cool. And we also did see opening night. Great.
Yes, it was their first night. They may not have gotten a lot of tech, and yet they did put a lot of tech into it, like this house.
That's the thing is for a show that only had, and I think that's where some of our gripes, our technical gripes come in, which it sort of used to sort of go like, because I had some beef with some of the music that was chosen for transitions. There was like
You weren't the only one.
Girl from Ipanema. There was started with a Rihanna song. Actually, that did play into that was what she was listening to.
Yeah, that was fun.
But then there was like a Dave Matthews song, and then it ended on a Dave Matthews Band song. It was like dun 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 dun, and I was
Yeah.
like, no. Or Ants Go Marching, or whatever it was. But it was one that was like a very familiar song. And that did pull me out. And I was a little bummed. When we talk about like familiarity kind of pulling you out in that way, or like that pop culture. And just such a, Dave Matthews Band is a very specific choice of a very specific era.
It's just saying on like storytelling, like all of
Yes.
these choices affect us, and they're such
Yes.
strong choices
Yes.
that I'm like, why?
Yeah. It's not, I think, and it's like, it's a good reminder that you're like, remember when you make those choices, even if you're like, oh, everybody loves this, or oh, this is, and I actually don't know. It's like, how were these really intentional or were these really unintentional? But either way, they affected my experience as an audience member.
But it made me think, and maybe I don't know if this set was something that was like built from a previous set, and so they reused it, or it was something that was supposed to be in a different show. But the way the house broke apart, like that's not easy.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about this yet.
That's what I'm talking about, because I was saying like, oh sure, they didn't maybe didn't have that much tech, and that's why they have the sound. Like I'm
Yes.
giving them credence there, but they
But if you
did have
have-
enough time
Yeah.
to make a house that the porch, the roof of the porch starts getting pulled up, and the house starts breaking
Okay.
apart.
So we haven't mentioned it yet. So in the show takes place in front of the house or behind the house.
It's behind the house.
Behind the house. And throughout this production, when we had flashbacks to when the father was alive, the house was
set normal.
set normal. And then when we would come back to present day, they
As
would like
things began to crack
the house,
for the role of Catherine.
the literal set piece of the house started to, they would like raise,
separate and crack open.
and like, and yeah, it is a curious question of like, if we only have 4 shows of this or 3-4 shows of this,
Yeah.
why are we doing something that is so technically like,
It's a big
ask.
And they started with almost the full crack break. Like it was just the porch top at first, but then the house broke after that, and then it like the other things were kind of smaller
Inconsequential.
moves that
Yeah.
happened, and I'm like, this has to escalate if we're going to continue it. And I'm sorry, but at the end of Proof, things are not tied in a bow. And to have the house then go from red and broken to white and put back together
the
because
house
now she's
was
walking
all
through the proof.
fixed.
Like that's
the
not
end.
the point of the show. She still doesn't know if she perhaps has her father's illness.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't even know if this proof really is effective. She doesn't know what her relationship with Hal is going to be, if
And
it's
what
even
her
a relationship.
future looks like.
Where she's going. This is unresolved.
Yes.
She's believed,
Yes.
without the proof,
Yeah.
through trust and relationship building.
It feels like but
But it's not resolved.
no, it's like, it feels like she is now, we end at the beginning of this new chapter for her.
Yeah.
And I see that like, oh, we're going to put the house together so that she gets a fresh start, if you will.
Right.
But I think the reality of Catherine is it's not actually a fresh start.
Yeah.
It carries the weight of her potential mental illness. It carries the weight of her father. It carries the weight of her sister off and leaving. That relationship is screwed up, of where she will literally be tomorrow.
And in the most literal sense, a broken down house.
Yes.
The house is still broken down. Don't show me it get put back together. All
And
they
that
talk
they've
about the whole show
sold.
that they've sold. This house is falling apart.
Yeah. The university now owns it.
Right.
So there were some kind of,
And that's what made me think, put this in a small space.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen this. And how many seats is it? In the one that has 96 seats? And we just see inklings of a porch and let my imagination do the rest and just let us be right up in there with them.
Yeah. And we had talked about when we sat down that we were like, oh, bummer that it's not in the small space. However,
Yes.
at the end of the day, this show is
This
a
is a
fundraiser.
fundraiser.
And so we want as many seats as possible.
And let me be clear, you should donate to this fundraiser.
You should 100% donate to this.
Because I am putting the link to it right below this for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. And it's just www.teamfox.org. It is such an incredible place to put your donation dollars. And this show does a great job of highlighting that through a story that is so parallel and so real and so raw on stage between a father and daughter. A father and daughter show done so truthfully and beautifully by a father and daughter.
Yes. And Betsy, one of the producers, pointed out that there are also some amazing gifts and things for the top donors and that sort of thing, including a script signed by Michael J. Fox himself. So I think they did a really wonderful job of raising money for such a wonderful organization. A great cause.
So in that sense, I understand why it's in the bigger space.
Yes.
We can sell more seats. We can make more money.
But we want to talk about.
But look, and look, I still again think it's a great show.
Yes.
I'm gonna have notes, and for this one, I happen to have a few more notes than usual.
And I think that's okay. It's like, why do we do a play over and over again?
Yeah,
That's one of the beauties you get of theater, that film and TV is more finite in that way, unless of course we're remaking something.
right, and we've never done that.
Never, not
That's
once
not a thing
ever.
that's done.
No, nobody's ever remade a film ever, and they never will.
Yeah, that why do we keep repeating these stories and with different people? Because it is I'm
because they are all new opportunities to try new things or to try similar things. So I do think that I think criticism on notes to me are I don't know, that means we were engaged.
and I had a great time.
Oh, we had a blast.
I had a great time. I will say, let me just say one thing: those ushers loved their job.
They
The
really
ushers that were working at the El Portal, I don't know if they're the always ushers or just the that night ushers.
Yeah.
But those ushers were the one at the front, she was a police officer.
She was like, and you know where you're going. P3's over here.
And while she was talking to somebody else, she was multitasking. We had already gotten our seats, come back out for a soda. And as we're going back in, she's like, bop, 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 hold on. And I'm like, we already went in. Oh, yep, I remember you. Go ahead.
Yeah. She was
so
on
top of it.
And even being like, well, that's not the entrance. That's the entrance. And we're like, no, we know where we are. And then she was like, oh, okay. I love an usher.
And then and by the way, I like this. By the way, theater never starts on time. Yeah. But they were like, guys, get to your seats. Please get to your seats. It was still 5 minutes.
I know. I really did actually love that. The urgency of ushers to it. You know what? It's like people who are real pros at it, or sometimes people who are brand new at it. They're just very sort of okay. And 5 minutes to curtain. Yes. I will get everybody in there.
And then we sit down and we hold for 10.
Yes. And then even you and I, we had I would say latecomers. The show was at 8. These two people in front of us sat down at 8:01, and we were like, well, they didn't get here early. I bet that usher.
And the people in our same row got there 8:08.
I bet that usher didn't like that.
They were not happy about these two.
But they made it.
Anyway, that was Proof by David Auburn happening at El Portal. You can't see it.
But you can donate.
But you can donate. Again, the website is www.teamfox.org. I'm going to donate. You should donate. Rachel, you were the perfect person to bring to this show with me.
I'm so glad you asked. I had an absolute blast.
Where should people follow you? Get to?
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram. If you at Rach Rosenbloom, RACHROSENBLOOM.
Also, if you Google, you can find her website. Some great information there on the breakfasts
I gotta
that she makes.
Update that. But you can find me on Instagram. Is where I'm most active. And you can watch me. Go watch Platonic. Not enough people have seen it.
Go watch Platonic.
It's a great show.
It's a great show, and you're
Seth
so
and
great
Rose
in
are
it.
Such pros.
Also, I argued years ago that I'm like, do actors really need websites? I feel like if you do multiple things, you do.
Yeah.
But as an actor, I'm like, if I'm looking for an actor, I go to Instagram first and then IMDb.
Instagram, IMDb.
I'm almost never going to someone's website.
No.
I am making a website for this show, but that's for different reasons.
Because it's for a different thing.
Because I want people to know that they can give me free tickets to their shows. And I want you to pat yourself on the back, give yourself a little round of applause. You made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, let me know any shows you want me to see, guests you want me to have on, segments that you think should be a part of the show. And go ahead and subscribe. Give a bunch of stars. There's a bunch of places you can put stars on this, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe on YouTube. I mean, just do those things. And support local theater. Please?
Support your local theater.
Be a part of it. Volunteer at your local theater. Whoa.
Maybe they need ushers.
Oh my gosh, the power trip you can go on. Give it a shot.
You're going to love it.
Bye!
Bye! Do guests say bye too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got big theater kid energy. Look out, we project, we sing out, Louise. Never mark it, always go full out. John Patrick Shanley never had a doubt. Our voices are warm, then kicks are high. We've got perfect form. We say thank you, five. Grab your prop, charge all the glow tape. Curtains going up. 5, 6, 7, 8. We got big theater